Hey, welcome back to the channel. I'm Steve, your host, and in this episode, we are going to bang up some fuel tanks. So sit back, grab yourself something to drink, enjoy the video, and please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You guys take care. Thank you. Okay, we are going to work with external fuel tanks. Normally, you find these on World War II Russian vehicles, the cylindrical kind. We're going to bang them up here just to add a little bit more pop to your model. You can also use this technique on mufflers or any kind of sheet metal items. Now to do this, you're just going to need a couple things. You're going to need a hobby knife, which I always caution, they are sharp, be careful, and a good sanding stick. And here we go. So what first thing I like to do is I like to just remove the fuel cap, because for me, if you're looking at your vehicle, and especially if it's an IS or a T-34 with the round tanks on them, you look down your vehicle and all the fuel caps are lined up, and I don't really know if that's really realistic or not. So what I like to do is, first thing I do is just carefully slice off the fuel cap, put it to the side, and then what I do is I just start carving dents into the tank. So you can do this two ways. We're going to start off with a hobby knife here. And as always, be careful with the hobby knife. As I've said before, I've cut many a finger with it. And really what you want to do is you just want to carve some dents in. And you're thinking, these kind of fuel tanks, they would have been rolled. So you're going to have dents that would kind of be consistent with something that's been rolled on the ground. So we're going to carve a couple in here. And again, we're just going to be careful. You don't have to be too fancy, and you don't have to make it look like, the tank has been through the wars, just so it's been kind of used and abused, and it just doesn't look like a brand new tank sitting on your battle weary Russian tank. So we're just going to just carve some divots in here. And again, if you just want to add flat spots to it, that's fine too. Just be careful you don't carve too deep where you actually penetrate the tank. A lot of these tanks are somewhat thick, so I wouldn't really worry about that. Now what we want to do is we're going to come in with a sanding stick, and we are just going to angle a sanding stick so we can just sand a groove into the tank. This is much safer than carving. I have yet to cut my finger with a sanding stick, so whatever method you like to use or a combination, just be careful. If you've been following along, you can see my thumbnail is olive Gron from my olive Gelb from my Leo 1 A4 Sunday side build. Should have another video out on that this week if you're following along. If you're new to the channel, just please like, share, and subscribe. We just kind of like to, simple techniques just to give your model a bit pop. I don't have a lot of the high-end tools. I just kind of work with just very simple tools. So we've got some dents carved into it, and we've got some dents sanded into it. So we're going to go back to where the filler cap was, and we're just going to create a dent there. Not that you have to, but it'll just remove anything left from from where the fuel cap used to be. And we're going to put a dab of glue. You want to be careful. Russian tanks either had their fuel caps fore and aft or in the center. So either fore or aft or in the center. This one was in the center. So what I'm going to do is I am just going to put this one back in the center. Just be careful. You can see this thing kind of flipping around. You don't want to launch this off into space. And you just want to put it just off to the side. So when you're looking down your model, your fuel tank is a bit dented up and it's a bit strapped on off center. And that'll just give you just a little bit more added detail, a little bit, contributing to your model looking something different from everybody else's. So now what we're going to do is we're going to soften the dents that we've carved in with Tamiya thin set or whatever your favorite glue is. This just softens the edges that you've created when you've carved or sanded in. There's some pieces, there's some just a bit of extra material still left over from the carving. I just get that out of the way. And then what I'm going to do is, this was a trumpeter one from the IS-1 that I converted into an IS-2. What was neat about this was a one-piece tank, came with one of the end caps, and all you had to do was put the other end cap on it. So I thought that was pretty neat. A lot of times different companies have different ways where it's a multi-part assembly, where at least with this it's just two pieces. So I want to get that end piece in. The thing is, you know, for style points, you may want to align the handles with the fuel cap, and that's fine. For me, I'm just gonna put it in there. These things were cranked out by the tens of thousands in Siberia, and I don't think really anybody paid too much attention to it. So we're gonna roll into what it looks like, the finished product, here in just a second, and here we are. This is what the fuel tank looks like. You can see we've got the cap moved. We've got some dents in there. And when you get this painted up and you get it dry brushed, I think you're really going to like the way it looks. You guys take care. Thanks for watching.